So, pyare bachcho, now when you know about viruses, let's talk about real organisms. Now we are going to talk about the world's smallest free living organism. World's smallest free living organism, and that smallest free living organism is bacteria in front of your screen. Bacteria. They're said to be very important organisms in the evolutionary course. जब दुनिया में लाइफ फॉर्म इवॉल्व कर रही थी अकॉर्डिंग टू साइंटिस्ट, तो सबसे पहले बनने वाले ऑर्गेनिजम्स जो थे देवर बैक्टीरिया. पार्डन. अब बैक्टीरिया होते क्या हैं, बैक्टीरिया की इकोलॉजिकल निश क्या है? सबसे पहले आई वांट यू टू अंडरस्टैंड द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ बैक्टीरिया. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट इट, लेट्स ड्रॉ इट टुगेदर. तो बैक्टीरिया के स्ट्रक्चर में बेटे सबसे बाहर there is a slime capsule. It has a slimy appearance. I should have drawn it like this. It's a slime capsule. And then we have a cell wall. And of course, after cell wall, inside we have a cell membrane. So this is slime capsule. This slime capsule plays a protective role for this bacteria. Then we have a cell wall. And the composition of this cell wall is, it is composed of carbohydrates and proteins. And combination of these materials is called peptidoglycans. And these peptidoglycans are also called murines. These peptidoglycans are also called murines. All right. Now, inside, of course, we have a cell membrane. Now, there are some bacteria which contain a flagella. And there are certain ones who have more than one flagella on them. Multiflagellites. So this is flagella. And this flagella is there for their mobility. So the ones which are carrying flagella along with them are said to be motile bacteria. They're said to be motile bacteria. Then they have a centralized single ring DNA structure. It is their DNA. And not only this, they also possess small circular rings of DNA which are called plasmids. These small circular rings of DNA, they are called plasmids. Bacteria, they just love to share these plasmids with each other. They love to share these plasmids. And these plasmids, one of the very important things about this plasmid is that they contain, along with the other genes, they contain genes for antibiotic resistance. And as one bacteria transfers its plasmid to the other bacteria, if this bacteria is resistant, it can make the other bacteria also resistant. And when you are not following the course of antibiotics, the 5-day course or the 7-day course, you allow your bacteria, the ones which are having randomly which are having a resistance against your antibiotic, you're allowing them to exchange those plasmids with their fellow bacteria, and they can strike you back again in a very strong way. And in that case, my dear friends, your antibiotic is not going to work. Then your doctor has to change an antibiotic. And still, if your doctor was using a strong antibiotic, then there is no antibiotic for you left in the market. Then all what you have to do is to rely on your own immunity. That is a very difficult stage, right? So, coming back towards bacteria, they also have small ribosomes, which are responsible for the production of proteins. These little ribosomes, they are responsible for protein production. Let me write protein producing ribosomes. They are protein producing ribosomes. So it was about the structure of bacteria. Now, let's talk about their ecological niche. Bacteria, beta, they are found everywhere. कहाँ नहीं होते बैक्टीरिया? बैक्टीरिया की इकोलॉजिकल निश की बात करते हैं. देयर आर सम बैक्टीरिया which are called parasites. They are the ones which can transmit some diseases to the organisms. There are some bacteria which are said to be endophytes. They live within the bodies of the other organisms, and in return they give benefit to those organisms. So they are in a mutualistic relation with their host. Like in our large intestine, we have this flora, we have many bacteria in our large intestine. In plants, we have endophytic bacteria which make hormones for those plants to grow and flourish, right? So yes, they are found inside the bodies of the organisms. Third type is called autotrophs. The ones which are able to make their own food, the ones which can make their own food, they are called autotrophs. And there are two types of autotrophs: photoautotrophs. They are the ones which can do photosynthesis, and chemoautotrophs. Which can make their own food by the energy that is released by the chemical reactions. And scientists believe that the first bacteria which evolved from chemicals were the chemoautotrophs. They were the ones which were able to make their food derived from the energy that was released by some chemical reactions going nearby. And the fourth type of bacteria, they are called saprophytes. हाँ, एक बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट बात, they belong to the class of prokaryotes. How can I forget telling you this? Prokaryotes. कैसे भूल गया मैं ये बात आपको बताना कि ये प्रोकैरियोट्स होते हैं. प्रो, पहले वाले, ये वो प्रो मैक्स वाला प्रो नहीं है. कैरियन, न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन. दे डोंट हैव अ न्यूक्लियस. नो न्यूक्लियस. Their nuclear materials are not contained inside a membrane-bound structure which is called nucleus in our bodies, in our cells. We are eukaryotes, and these bacteria, they are prokaryotes. All right. So now, saprophytes, they are Shahzade decomposers. They are decomposers. They break down the materials. आपको पता है डिकम्पोजिशन क्या होती है, ज्यादा भोला बनने की जरूरत नहीं है. ओके, यू नो व्हाट इज डिकम्पोजिशन. आपको आपकी O1 में आपके टीचर ने पढ़ाया होगा, या आपकी 8th क्लास की साइंस टीचर, शी वॉज अ वेरी गुड टीचर, उन्होंने आपको जरूर पढ़ाया होगा कि डिकम्पोजिशन क्या होती है. अच्छा, नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द शेप्स ऑफ बैक्टीरिया. हाउ डू दे लुक? नाउ दिस इज फेवरेट पार्ट. Some bacteria, they are round in shape. They are referred to be as coccus, coccus or cocci. Don't say cocky. No, they are cocci. My teacher, Sir Noman Usmani, he told us the name of this bacteria. They are said to be cocci. This is a correct pronunciation. And I remember he also told us that there is a fly which is called, its spelling is TSE. So we used to call it tissy fly. He said no, it is called Tsetse fly. Tsetse fly. So, mashallah, he is healthy and he is there. My teachers are no manus minded. I wish and I hope that, sir, you watch my video, how your students are doing. So, round bacteria, they are called coccus. So, if these round bacteria, they are found like joining together, so they are called diplococcus. Double diplococcus. If these bacteria are rod shaped, they are called bacillus. Bacillus if they are rod shaped. Again, diplobacillus, tribacillus. If they are comma shaped, if they are comma shaped, then they are called vibrio. Vibrio. They are called vibrio. Vibrio cholerae is one of the famous examples of this type. Then एक और थी यार, वो कौन सी थी? स्पायरोचीट्स होते हैं, स्पाइरेला, स्पाइरेला. So they look like this. So these were some of the shapes of bacteria that, my dear students, I told you. So we were talking about these bacteria in good 13 minutes. After this video, I'm going to make a video about fungus and the mechanism of decomposition. And right after that video, I'm going to cover multiple choice questions of virus, bacteria, and fungus. So stay with us, stay with your slate, and jump ke padho, because you are future of this world. Bye bye.